Hi, everyone, and welcome to FranTastic InSights. I love sharing this information with you from some of the most innovative brands and entrepreneurs like the one we have with us today. So my name is Joan Winchester, and I'm the Senior Vice President of Franchise Expansion for FranServe. FranServe is the world's largest franchise consulting organization. Our mission, quite simply, is to help change people's lives through franchise ownership. And how do we do that? Pretty easily when you work with incredible franchisors and franchise consultants who help their candidates through the exploratory process of finding great opportunities. So today I'm super excited to have a hot emerging brand with us, and that's Fresh Healthy Cafe. And we are so fortunate to have with us Rick Hetzel, and Rick is the president of Fresh USA. Welcome to FranTastic InSights, Rick.
Thanks, Joan. It's a pleasure to be here with you today.
Thank you. So, hey, before we get started, I know you're a serial entrepreneur. Can you share with our audience a little bit about your background and how you came about working with Fresh Healthy Cafe?
Sure. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. As you can probably tell from the gray hair, I'm a little bit older, and so I've got a couple careers under my belt. My first career was in the military. I'm a Vietnam veteran, and I decided to spend a career in the military and retired as an Army officer. And then I started a career in law enforcement. And I spent 30 years in law enforcement and retired from that career. But I've always been an entrepreneur at heart. I've always had an interest in business opportunities and helping others. And so my wife and I were looking around one day, and we're both very much into health and fitness and very conscious about what we eat, and we're both vegan. And we discovered that we don't really have any healthy eating options in our community. So we started doing some research about opening our own restaurant. And that's what led us to Fresh Healthy Cafe. It's a Canadian-based company. The beauty of it is it has a multitude of options available for people who are looking for healthy eating options. And so in 2018, we decided to become master franchisors for the state of Missouri, where we have 3 locations now. And within the last year, we decided to start expanding Fresh throughout the United States.
Great. I love that. I love the healthy food, and you've kind of coined a new healthy fast casual um, industry, haven't you? You've kind of carved that out on your own.
We have.
So, so can you tell us, Rick, and share with our audience a little bit about what makes Fresh Healthy so unique?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. First of all, I think most people realize today that we have some serious health issues in our society. We have an epidemic of obesity, we have diabetic conditions, and people in the United States and throughout the world are looking for healthier eating options, as were we. And so consequently, there's not many fast casual options out there. There's restaurants who do smoothies, of course. There's restaurants who do paninis. There's restaurants who do wraps. And there's restaurants that do bowls. But not under one roof do you have all of those things together. And that's one of the things that makes Fresh Healthy Cafe very unique. The other thing is that we do not cook with grease. And so consequently, we don't require one of those huge, expensive overhead vent fans. We also don't have grills, we don't have ovens, we don't have deep fryers. And so consequently, our initial investment and our build out costs are a fraction of what a traditional restaurant franchise would be. Lastly, I remember years ago when I was studying business, one of my professors interviewed a guy named Bobby Orr. Most people know he's one of the greatest hockey players that ever lived. And I remember during the interview, they asked Bobby Orr, they said, "What makes you better than all the other hockey players out there that skate?" And he says, "The thing that makes me better is I skate to where the puck's going to be." And I never forgot that. And of course, one of the things we see today is the desperate need for healthier, fast casual eating options. And so we're on the forefront of the restaurant industry right now, especially in the fast casual arena. And so we're skating to where the puck's going to be in the fast casual restaurant industry.
Absolutely. And there is no doubt about that for sure. So, can you tell us, Rick, a little bit about the qualities that you look for in a franchise owner and who the ideal candidate is, and maybe what about veterans, since you are one?
Well, absolutely love to work with veterans. And one of the things we want to tell people right off the bat, we have 2 models in Fresh. Number one, we have the corporate model, and that's for people who may want to own a master franchise in a particular state or a large geographical area, and they may have managers throughout their master franchise area that run their restaurants and run it as a corporate entity with multiple unit franchises. The other model that we have is the unit franchise model. That could be a husband and wife, it could be a mother and a daughter, it could be two friends that want to go into business and have their own business. And what we look for is someone who has energy. And typically our clients that come to us, they come from a background of health and fitness. They're very interested in doing something for their community. And that's another thing about our restaurant franchise is we are a purpose-driven entity. What we do is we don't, as I tell my team, we don't just make paninis. What we do is we provide people with healthier eating options. And the stories that we hear from the people who come in and eat at Fresh Healthy Cafe, their blood pressure is lower, their cholesterol is lower, they've lost weight, they feel healthier about themselves. And so again, it's not just about making food, it's about providing a resource in a community. Most of the people that come to us come from that background. And again, high energy, team oriented, interested in a new opportunity on the edge of the industry.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. So, you know, at FranServe, we love franchising, right? We actually trademarked our tagline, franchising is our superpower. I mean, what could be more rewarding, right, than helping change people's lives through franchise ownership? And actually, you're helping change people's lives through the food that they eat too. So we're a great team. But many people think about being their own boss, and franchising certainly makes that a reality. So, can you tell a little bit, our audience, a little bit about the lifestyle of a Fresh Healthy Cafe franchisee?
Sure. We opened our first location in 2018, and it was right next to a fitness center and a hospital. And we thought to ourselves, this is great. Right next to a fitness center. Of course, what happened in 2020? COVID. And of course, it shut us down. But one of the things we want people to understand is running a restaurant is work. It requires somebody who understands how to work with people. They have to be able to manage schedules. And of course, uh, understanding a little bit about the restaurant industry is important, but it's not an absolute necessity. One of the things we provide is very comprehensive corporate training. We're there from day one. Any franchisee who's interested in opening a Fresh Healthy Cafe, they start working with us, and I mean me, our director of operations, our managers, and we help them find locations. We help them coordinate with architects for their build out. We come in and do 10 days of on-site training to ensure that not only do they know how to manage the operation, but their people understand how the operation should commence and how it should run every single day. But the Fresh Healthy Cafe model is successful, it's profitable, and it's very rewarding for those who are interested in having their own business and enjoying that opportunity.
Great. And thanks for mentioning the training. That was one of my questions for you. So tell me, Rick, about the timeline, right? Once they've secured a site,
Right.
okay, and typically the type of site that you look for, and then the timeline from once that site's secure to actually the opening.
Well, that's a really good question. And of course, it can vary depending upon the availability of contractors, but typically 6 to 9 months from the time that we bring a franchisee on, locate an architect, get plans done, get the permits, and get a contractor to come in and do the build out. It's very interesting in terms of the locations that we look for. And this again is one of the things that makes Fresh Healthy Cafe very unique. We have a 600 square foot kiosk in Atlanta Hartsfield Airport that is one of the most profitable kiosks in the country, simply because of the volume that comes through there. Again, and let me go back and just reiterate, we do not cook with grease, so there is no traditional restaurant build out. Consequently, we can go into a space as far as small as 400 square feet up to the ideal space is about 1,400 to about 1,800 square feet. And that one we have has a patio area, an inside dining area, and also a drive-through, which is very popular. So about any size space we can make work. And by the way, I may have not mentioned it, we also help with the design and the layout of the space.
Great. Well, thank you for that. What a rewarding position you hold. You know, you're helping people change their lives through franchise ownership and then be healthy at the same time. So very amazing.
Well, we enjoy what we do. We're very passionate about it.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, Rick, thanks again for being with us today. Any last thoughts before we wrap up our time?
I would just like to encourage any of the consultants out there that are looking at a cutting edge franchise opportunity for their clients to look at Fresh Healthy Cafe. We have a very generous commission structure for consultants. I'm just a down to earth guy that has worked hard to get where we're at today. And I would encourage consultants to reach out to me, ask any questions, because we look at the FranServe consultants as our partners in business.
Thanks for that. And you're a pleasure to work with. So
Thank you.
it's always nice to be in business with people you like and enjoy. So thanks,
Thank you.
Rick. Thanks for being with us today. And we will look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks, Joan.